In a career spanning over 40 years, Harold Mann has worked all over Texas, from the Panhandle to the Hill Country to the Golden Triangle. In addition to his work as an air personality, Harold has served as news and sports director at all the stations where he's been employed. He has been the voice of the Lamar University Cardinals, providing play-by-play for football, basketball, and baseball games for more than 25 years. As the news voice of Southeast Texas, Harold has been an essential part of the morning show on KLVI, along with Al Caldwell and Jim Love for nearly 30 years. Always active in civic endeavors, Harold serves on the board of Southeast Texas Crime Stoppers and the Press Club of Southeast Texas, and is a member of the Lamar University Hall of Honor Committee. The Texas Radio Hall of Fame is pleased to welcome Harold Mann.
Thank you. Obviously, looking at those pictures, you know face for radio. I started in high school, 1979 in Iowa, and my sports broadcasting career actually started, I got to do halftime stats with my dad. He went out to smoke a cigarette. One game he doesn't return, and started a third quarter. Where is he? So I started doing the play-by-play. He's out in the car. How is he going to handle it? And I've enjoyed it ever since, from Iowa to Missouri before getting to this great state of Texas in 1984. As you mentioned, you heard where my stops were. I'm working 22 years old, working at KDDD in Dumas. Know everything there is, know every town. Doing a news story, an arrest made in San Antonio, the suspect taken to the Bexar County Jail. Ken Duke, who should be in this hall, walks in there cigarette smoking, and he says, "It's Bear County, you damn Yankee." And if you ever come across it, it's Mejia, not Mexia, it's Porfirio, not Refugio. Duly noted. Got to Beaumont in 1991. What a lineup. I walk into that studio, Al Caldwell. He's 89 years old, still does mornings with us at KLVI, Texas Radio Hall of Fame. Jim Love, Texas Radio Hall of Fame. Jack Piper, Texas Radio Hall of Fame. Down the hall, Jim Ray, Glenn Hicks, Texas Radio Hall of Fame, all in that building when I get there. Then a few months later, Gary Lee Love comes to work for our country station, Texas Radio Hall of Fame. So many people I want to thank today, and it would take up more than the 4 minutes. I want to start off by thanking Jamie Landis and Francis Schrader. They're back in Beaumont Studio and in San Antonio working Lamar football today. Only the second game I've missed in 16 years, and it's here today. By the way, go Cards, win your 8th in a row. Keep it rolling. As I mentioned, just so many people impacted my career. I mentioned my lineup, our lineup at KLVI, remarkable. Some other thank yous, and all of you know who you are, who's had an impact on my radio career. I'm going to throw some names. You got to excuse me, I did a high school game last night in Huntsville, and hospitality me in the stands on the visiting side, so the voice is going to crack now and then. Thank you to Jim McCarty out in Dumas. Jim's been there since 1979, helped me get my feet rolling in the state of Texas. Trey Poston, director of programming at 2 different markets in Texas, and Dave Hofferth, Slammer, gave me my first opportunity to do Lamar athletics. Those here with me today, Valerie, 6 o'clock, 6:30, someone who's running late as always. Thank you for coming up here with me today. Jim and Linda. I said to myself I wouldn't do this. Thank you for being here. Jim, of course, a member of the Hall of Fame. And I tell you what, Al Caldwell, 89, Jim Love, and myself, 63. All members of the Texas Radio Hall of Fame doing the same morning show, and we go in individually. We all have that brother from another mother. Mine's J.C. German. J.C., remember those days in Northwest Missouri, and I know a lot of you guys remember this, on top of those deer stand-style press box, going for that antenna with your Marty unit to get the signal, asking your guy back at the station, hey, if it's coming in, dip the music. J.C. and his wife Gail are here today from Three Oaks, Michigan. Thank you. As I mentioned, my dad was a lifelong radio guy, and I'm going to close out like how he closed out his high school baseball broadcasts. In southeast Nebraska, he would say, "I'm Hal Mann, rounding third, heading for home." I'm going to close it up by saying, "I'm Harold Mann, rounding third, and I'm in the Texas Radio Hall of Fame." Thank you.